Good morning, distinguished colleagues. It is my great pleasure to welcome you and your delegations to India for the fourth edition of the India Central Asia Dialogue. Colleagues, I appreciate that your country stood by India and condemned the heinous terrorist attack that took place in April in Pahalgam. India deeply cherishes its millennia-old civilizational and cultural ties with Central Asia. These age-old bonds, forged through trade, exchange of ideas, and people-to-people contacts, have strengthened over time, evolving into a partnership which is defined by shared aspirations, shared opportunities, and common challenges. We have marked 3 decades of our contemporary diplomatic ties with our Central Asian partners in 2022. We have worked together and laid down the legal and institutional framework which has provided a foundation to further our mutually beneficial cooperation with each other, individually as well as collectively. Our cooperation with Central Asian countries received a quantum boost with Prime Minister Modi's back-to-back visits to all 5 Central Asian capitals in July 2015. Trade, economic and investment ties between us have strengthened significantly over the last decade. Today, we are well connected by multiple direct flights. Our enhanced connectivity facilitates greater two-way tourist flows and businesses. A large number of Indian students pursue higher education in your countries, strengthening the bond between us. India remains a trusted development partner for all of you. Together with ITech training slots and ICCR scholarships, which are the most well-known forms of our development partnerships, we also have started providing high-impact community development projects as Indian grants for socio-economic development. Such projects have included equipping schools with computers and providing hospitals with medical equipment. It is our mutual recognition of the importance of India-Central Asia cooperation that we raised it to the leaders level for the first time as a virtual summit in January 2022, which has added more strands to our cooperation. Today, trade ministers, culture ministers, NSAs, exchange of youth delegations, and special training courses for diplomats are among the notable features of our relationship. Colleagues, yesterday we had a fruitful discussion at the India Central Asia Business Council to remove impediments and add cooperation in digital technologies, fintech, interbank relations to the existing list of areas, so that we can realize the full potential of our economic cooperation. Both India and our Central Asian partners are committed to advancing this mutually beneficial cooperation across all sectors, particularly trade and investment, defense, agro-processing, textiles, pharmaceuticals, regional connectivity, security, education, culture, people-to-people exchanges, as well as new and emerging technologies. These areas will be on the agenda of our meeting today. I'm sure that these deliberations would help us in forging even closer, deeper, stronger, and wider partnership, which would serve the interests of the peoples of our countries. So I thank you for your attention, and I would request each one of you to make your opening statements, and I would begin first by inviting His Excellency Murat Notliev from Kazakhstan.
Thank you. Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, at the outset, I thank our dear colleague, the Minister Jaishankar, for an excellent handling the chairmanship of the 4th Central Asia-India Ministerial Meeting. We also appreciate an excellent hospitality, exceptional hospitality extended to our delegations. Kazakhstan highly commends India's valuable contribution to the C5 India format and its strong aspiration to promote long-term interaction with our region. Today, our countries demonstrate unwavering solidarity and firm commitment to building a forward-looking, comprehensive, and enduring partnership. This is especially relevant amidst geopolitical tension exacerbated by protectionism, disrupted supply chains, and tariff disputes. Kazakhstan believes the emerging new global order should be based on the UN Charter, the generally agreed principles and norms of the international law, as well as reinforced multilateralism. Therefore, Astana fully aligns itself with New Delhi's Voice of the Global South initiative, meant to foster the role of middle powers in the contemporary world. Dear friends, India, with its cutting-edge technologies, intellectual property, and rich human capital, is widely recognized as one of the fastest-growing new economic powers of Asia and global player. And of course, Central Asia also has a lot to be proud of in its rising prominences. We have a lot in common, we have a lot to share, and a lot to do together. Over the last 3 decades, Central Asian capitals and New Delhi have maintained meaningful political dialogue, paving the way for our even closer friendship and fruitful cooperation. Yesterday, during the business forum, we all agreed to join efforts to deepen mutually beneficial interaction in transport connectivity, energy, IT, healthcare, education, and many areas to be mentioned today. I'm confident the synergy and ideas generated by our joint work today will transform into concrete actions, and the agreements we reach will serve as a solid foundation for the second C5 India Summit. I thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. Now, may I invite Excellency Minister Jaishankar Kulubayev from Kyrgyzstan to make his opening remarks.
Dear Mr. Dr. Jaishankar, dear colleagues, dear participants of the meeting, let me warm greet all participants of the 4th Ministerial Meeting of the Central Asia India Dialogue and wish our platform a successful and a productive session. First of all, I would like to thank the Indian side, represented by the Minister of External Affairs of the Republic of India, Dr. Jaishankar, for the warm hospitality and the high-level organization of today's event. I am confident that our cooperation within this format will help strengthen and centralize all friendship between our peoples and contribute to the sustainable development of our countries. Taking the opportunity, I would like to sincerely congratulate my esteemed colleagues on the holiday of Eid al-Adha and wish everyone peace, well-being, mutual understanding, and the further success in our cooperation. Dear colleagues, today's meeting is taking place in India, a country with a great and a deep historical legacy, one of the world's oldest civilizations. The Kyrgyz Republic places special importance of its relations with the Republic of India. Since the establishment of diplomatic ties in 1992, our bilateral cooperation has steadily developed on the basis of friendship, mutual respect, and desire to consider each other's interests. The signing of the joint declaration of strategic partnership in June 2019 became an important step that opened a new chapter in the Kyrgyz-Indian relations. Today, our cooperation continues to grow, both bilaterally and multilaterally within respected international organizations such as the UN, the ACO, and others. Kyrgyzstan is a sincere friend of India, is pleased to witness its fast development and the rising role on the regional and the global stage. Dear Ministers, the Central Asia-India Dialogue launched in 2019 as the initiative for India side, but become an important platform for maintaining political dialogue and exchanging views on current regional and international issues. Located at the heart of Eurasian continent, the countries of Central Asia are historically and geographically destined to maintain close ties with India. I would like to highlight the importance of the historic connection between Central Asia and India in the context of Silk Road, a unique phenomenon that united our peoples for the centuries. Today, we again have the opportunity to strengthen and renew these historical ties. India is a strategic partner for all countries in the region. Our countries have built strong political trust, our trade and economic cooperation continues to grow, and our cultural and the humanitarian ties are expanding. This all open new opportunities for the region. Dear Mr. Chairman, in continuation of this positive context, allow me to briefly touch on the outcomes of the third ministerial meeting in the Central Asia-India Dialogue held in 2021. That meeting brought many practical and meaningful results. High-level events, the health of regional security and trade and economic cooperation. For example, in March 2023, a meeting of the Joint Working Group on Afghanistan was held in New Delhi. And in April, consultation of the Chabahar port took place in Mumbai. Also, meetings of the Central Asia-India Business Council were held to strengthen economic ties and support joint projects. Humanitarian and educational exchanges are also growing. Youth delegations from Central Asia are visiting India, and the professional training courses for diplomats are held in the Sushma Swaraj Institute of Foreign Services. Dear colleagues, in a quite short time, this format has produced and implemented many meaningful initiatives, confirming its importance, relevance, and the practical orientation. At the same time, we believe it is necessary to bring new content to the Central Asia-India dialogue and expand the cooperation agenda in response to today's challenges. One key priority in our view should be the development of financial inclusion. This directly affects the day-to-day lives of our citizens, including tens of thousands of Indian students studying at the Central Asian universities and the thousands of Central Asian citizens visiting India for medical purposes. In this regard, we propose creating a dialogue platform between central banks and the relevant ministers to the digital development sphere to exchange experience on a regular basis and prepare joint initiatives. Central Asia and India have great potential for joint projects in healthcare, education, mining, and IT. The countries of the region, including the Kyrgyz Republic, offer a favorable investment climate, and we are interested in creating joint ventures in institutions in the mutually beneficial areas. People-to-people ties have always been a strong foundation on our relationship. The people of Central Asia know India well, and we share a long-standing positive history of cooperation. In this regard, we are proposing continuing and expanding interregional tourism, healthcare, and educational exchange programs, including academic and scientific initiatives. I thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. May I now invite His Excellency Foreign Minister Sirajuddin Muhyiddin of Tajikistan to make his opening remarks.
Thank you, dear Dr. Subramaniam Jaishankar, dear colleagues. At the outset, I would like to convey my deepest appreciation to our distinguished colleague, Dr. Jaishankar, and his esteemed team for their warm hospitality and the excellent arrangements made for the fourth India-Central Asia Dialogue. Our dialogue has formally established itself as a multi-phased cooperation platform which plays a pivotal role in advancing the objectives outlined by our leaders in the first India-Central Asia Summit held in January 2022. In recent years, Central Asia has witnessed significant progress in the expansion and deepening of political, trade, economic, scientific, technical, cultural, and humanitarian ties. These encouraging developments offer fresh prospects for strengthening mutually beneficial engagement between Central Asia and India. India's fast-growing economy, coupled with its robust industry and agriculture sectors and significant scientific and technological achievements, provide a solid foundation for elevating our cooperation to new heights. This includes enhanced engagement in areas such as trade, investment, industry, innovation, education, healthcare, culture, and many others. We are confident that the deliberations and outcomes of today's dialogue will make a substantial and meaningful contribution to strengthening our comprehensive partnership. They will also serve to deepen mutual understanding, friendship, and enduring cooperation between our nations. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Excellency.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency Dr. Jaishankar, esteemed Ministers of Foreign Affairs of the Central Asian countries, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude to His Excellency Dr. Jaishankar, Minister of External Affairs of the Republic of India, for the warm welcome and hospitality. At the first online Central Asia-India Summit held in January 2022, the leaders of our countries set clear guidelines aimed at building long-term, systematic, and consistent relations, as well as identifying key priorities and ways to implement them. The fourth meeting of the Foreign Ministers' Dialogue is intended to actively contribute to this process by creating the political and diplomatic conditions necessary for moving the set objectives into the phase of concrete implementation. This, we believe, is the main purpose of today's meeting. In the present time, relations between Central Asia and India have entered a stage where close cooperation is dictated by objective realities. The geopolitical situation in the world, economic transformations, and shifts in the cultural and civilizational self-identity of entire regions and continents are processes that require our close and swifter engagement, the pooling of our potentials, and the mobilization of political and economic resources for joint development and prosperity. Turkmenistan fully supports the course taken by the participants of the dialogue toward active joint work in the political and diplomatic sphere in ensuring lasting stability and security in Central and South Asia. Our country actively promotes trade, economic and investment integration and initiates mere infrastructure and logistics projects. We consider the revival of the centuries-old cultural, historical, and spiritual ties between the peoples of the Central Asia and India to be a key aspect of our cooperation. Undoubtedly, diplomatic interaction within international structures such as the United Nations and other organizations should remain at the center of our attention, with the aim of preserving and strengthening the global security architecture, protecting international law, and promoting a culture of interstate dialogue and communication. A priority area of our cooperation is the implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals. And within that framework, ensuring the legitimate rights of developing countries. All these important and complex topics are on the agenda of the fourth meeting of our dialogue. Turkmenistan is ready for their constructive discussion. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Uzbekistan, to make his remarks.
Thank you. Distinguished colleagues, I extend my heartfelt greetings to all participants of this meeting, and I also echo the sentiments of my colleagues in expressing our sincere gratitude to our friend, His Excellency Subramanian Jaishankar, Minister of External Affairs of India, for the warm hospitality and excellent organization of our session. We consider today's forum as a significant step in fostering comprehensive and enduring cooperation between the countries of Central Asia and India. This partnership is founded on the long-standing friendly relations between our people, which date back to ancient times. In today's context, we are pleased to see that our relations are being revitalized across all areas of collaboration, including political dialogue, trade and economic cooperation, cultural and humanitarian exchanges. This renaissance in our relations is no coincidence at all. It stems from the favorable conditions that have emerged in Central Asia and the growing capabilities of modern India. The current atmosphere of friendship and good neighborliness is a direct result of the shared political will and tireless efforts of the leaders of our countries. By leveraging our considerable economic resource and human potential, as well as region's geostrategic location, we are opening up new prospects for sustainable development and multilateral cooperation. A unified and cohesive Central Asia has become a gravitational center in Eurasia, attracting growing interest from a wide range of foreign partners. There is a steadily increasing practical interest among international organizations and global powers in establishing cooperation through the Central Asia Plus format. Our meeting here in New Delhi, one of the world's most dynamic capitals, is a clear confirmation of this trend. In Uzbekistan, we are proud that the launch of the India-Central Asia multilateral dialogue took place in Samarkand in 2019, and this fourth meeting demonstrates the growing importance of this platform as an effective means of strengthening ties between our countries. This regular dialogue enables us to reassess the potential of our cooperation and elevate relations between India and the countries of our region to a qualitatively new level. We commend the successful outcomes of the first India-Central Asia Summit held on January 27, 2022, which laid the foundation for long-term partnerships. We are committed to fully implementing all agreements reached and propose intensifying our joint efforts to realize the Delhi Declaration. Dear friends, we fully share the importance and relevance of the issues on today's agenda. We attach particular significance to the economic dimension. The successful business forum held on the eve of this meeting once again demonstrated the great potential for further expanding trade, economic and investment cooperation among our countries. And I am confident that we will have a constructive and substantive exchange of views in a spirit of mutual understanding and partnership. The outcomes of the forum will help identify key areas of cooperation and practical actions for the years ahead. I thank you.
Thank you, Excellency.